The Harry and Meghan saga highlights the fact that we have a white, hereditary, aristocratic and highly privileged royal family as the symbol of a modern, progressive, multicultural democracy. Does the panel think this is a problem, and will this arrangement continue to survive in the 21st century?
Grace Blakely.
I'm glad you came to me first, Ian, as I think you know how I feel about the monarchy. No, I mean, as a Republican, I obviously don't think that in a modern, allegedly democratic society, we should be having a hereditary monarchy as the head of our state. I think this really speaks to the need to kind of modernise British democracy more generally. We really kind of, never had that full democratic revolution, which is reflected in the fact that we have all these kind of archaic elements to our democracy, like the monarchy, the House of Lords, the fact that, the City of London local authority is actually a private corporation. All of these things date back to the kind of feudal way in which our economy and our society was once organised. And I think it's completely and utterly out of place in a modern democracy.
But would you accept that your views do not chime with the majority of the British public, and the Republican movement, if there is such a thing, hasn't really made any great progress, I would say, probably in the last 20 years?
I mean, I don't disagree with you. And obviously, the fact of saying we need to reinvigorate...
Well, that's a first.
Oh, sorry?
I said that's a first.
No, it's not. We've agreed on many things before in the past, Ian, and also had...
We have.
Spicy disagreements as well. But no, I mean, obviously, when I'm talking about democracy here, if the majority of the British population does want to keep the monarchy, it's not a position that I personally agree with, but it's not also a kind of hill that I'd be willing to die on. To be honest, I've found the last several weeks of coverage of all of this stuff not particularly enlightening, given all the other massive issues that our country is facing at the moment. So I'd be quite happy never have to talk about the monarchy again, to be honest.
Well, that is something that we can both agree on. Alicia Cairns, what's your view?
I mean, I think this has been a really sad state of affairs, really. And I think anyone who's watched the Harry and Meghan interview just leaves with that sense of sadness because, this is ultimately a family dispute playing out for the world to see. And I think what it's really shown is that to America, the royal family is nothing more than another soap opera, whereas to us, it's our royal family. It is an institution to which I serve as a member of parliament. And I just think it's a real sad state of affairs. And I think we need to move forward. And I think the royal family statement yesterday was a dignified one. And I think it's one that says, look, let's draw the line in the sand. Let's focus, let's learn, let's improve. Let's make sure we're not just moving on and forgetting what's happened here. But I think really the whole country just feels saddened, and we do need to move forward from this point and not let an Americanized fascination with soap operas and turning our royal family into one become that focus.
But they've turned themselves into one, haven't they, to be fair? I mean, it's not untypical. Most families have their soap opera elements to them, but it is something that they've caused themselves by their behaviour.
I mean, I think it's a difficult one because none of us have been there and seen exactly what's gone through. And you can understand why, if you feel that you've been muzzled, you would want to get your side of the story out. That's, something you can understand completely. But I think the dignified thing...
The saga of Harry and Meghan, a couple once heralded as the fresh modern face of the British royal family, has captivated the world. Their story is one of love, resilience, and an unwavering fight for dignity, amidst the glare of a critical media and deeply entrenched traditions. But beneath the glamorous royal titles and global attention lies a heart-wrenching tale, a family fractured, a love-tested and a centuries-old institution grappling with modernity. Many have asked, can a hereditary monarchy coexist with the ideals of a progressive multicultural democracy? The answer remains tangled in the layers of British history. Some see the monarchy as an enduring symbol of tradition, while others view it as an outdated relic. One undeniable truth emerges from this saga. Harry and Meghan's journey reflects broader struggles faced by many, of fighting for one's voice, seeking acceptance, and striving to protect one's family from harm. For Meghan, stepping into the royal family was a moment of hope and optimism. She represented a new chapter, a biracial, self-made woman who embodied the diversity and strength of modern Britain. The initial public response was overwhelmingly positive, with celebrations of this union signalling progress for an institution often seen as rigid. Yet behind the scenes, Meghan faced an onslaught of scrutiny, prejudice, and isolation. The dream turned into a nightmare as relentless media attacks and institutional resistance wore her down. For Harry, The pain cut even deeper. Having grown up witnessing the struggles of his mother, Princess Diana, he vowed to protect his wife and children from the same fate. Diana's tragic story had taught him the dangers of unchecked media power and the cost of silence. Their decision to step away from royal duties was not just an escape, it was a bold act of self-preservation. Critics have called it selfish, but for Harry and Meghan, it was a fight for survival, a fight to protect their mental health and their children's future. What's striking is how their love and unity have remained steadfast through these trials. Their departure has sparked vital conversations about race, mental health, and the evolving role of the monarchy. But beyond the politics and public discourse, their story is deeply human. It's about a couple navigating love in the face of unimaginable challenges. It's about choosing authenticity over tradition and family over protocol. The question remains, will the royal family evolve to meet the demands of a changing world? Or will it remain locked in its past, unable to reconcile its image with reality? One thing is certain, Harry and Meghan have carved a new path, one that symbolizes hope for those who feel unheard or trapped by tradition. Their resilience is a reminder that even in the face of immense pressure, we have the power to rewrite our narratives. This is not just their story. It's a story of courage, conviction, and the pursuit of a better tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Meghan and Harry Tales. If you enjoyed this content and would like to support the channel, you can do so via Super Thanks. Your support helps us continue bringing you these heartfelt discussions. See you next time.